Hello, everyone. My name's Hunter Cook. With me today, I have Baylor Bishop and Lauren
Hi.
George.
Hello.
And
Hey.
today, we will be going over Lauren's story in the Georgeverse. Have I lost you yet?
Mm-hmm.
First thoughts, everybody.
It was good.
I loved it.
Lauren, do you have any thoughts about your own story?
Um, I I will just preface it by saying that was like the last story that I wrote my last semester of college, and I was also trying to put together my senior show. So it's not my favorite one, but I don't know. Yeah, there are things that I did like about it, but yeah, that's my thoughts.
It's really funny. It's like the more I read your short stories, it's like, oh man, that one's really good. That's my favorite. And then I read another one. It's like, oh man, that one's really good. That's my new favorite. As they go along, I thought that Dust was a really, really great one. And then I read Electric Solo Pizza, and I was like, that one's a little bit better. And then I read this one, and I was like, this one's actually a little bit better at what you're, and specifically like the character portion of things.
Okay.
I don't know if that will change as we get into In Berlin, None Pass Here, Super Hate, and Wes and I really do like Wes and Becca.
Yeah.
I'll have to remember the others as I read them. But I really like the way that your stories do like a deep dive into characterization, basically.
Oh, thank you.
This one is really, really good at like dealing with the internal struggles and turmoils of a specific character. Baylor, do you have any specific thoughts?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really funny. I was just reading along, and I love how you're reading it, and it's like a normal story, and then there's a break for a new paragraph, and then it's like, oh yeah, and then Evie got in that car crash and died, and I was like, what?
My
See,
bad.
I didn't think that was intended to be funny, so me and you read that totally differently.
No, it wasn't funny, but it was just like, it was like, oh
Whiplash.
my gosh, it's crazy. Like it just kind of sucker punched me, you know.
Hey, Lauren, explain the creative choice there for that specifically. Why kill her off in
Uh,
our
which part? What about it am I explaining?
Why kill her off in a car crash?
Um, I don't know if there's anything that really just inspired it, but I kind of just wanted that to lead into them just going on a break for a long time, and then kind of using that as um where they got their material for writing the album that made them so popular. I don't think it was
What
anything in particular that kind of inspired it, I guess, but
I loved the decision to do it. I think it affected all the characters like a good point and kind of showed how they got to where they were in the beginning. You know,
I
so
do
I don't
agree
know.
with that. I think that was a really great like dramatic turning point for the story, leading
Mhm.
them in from like adolescence into of a more like adult stakes.
Hmm.
Mhm.
What was the inspiration for this story in general?
So a lot of it was I was listening to like a lot of albums from like the early 2010s, I guess, and like late 2000s. Like a lot of indie artists, I wondered like when they get past a certain age, like when you age out of the um like your primary demographic, especially in music, then what do you really like where do you go from there?
Mm.
Like with them, their band was like I would say our age was their demographic, and then once you get past that, I was always kind of curious about what that does to someone, I guess, when they age out of that system or whatever. So that was kind of the thought behind it.
So is fearing like growing older and like losing touch something that you're personally afraid of? Because there's a lot of that. That's like the leitmotif of this story is him being afraid of aging and moving on and like losing touch with what he was as a younger person, no longer being in his prime.
Hmm.
Is
Yeah,
that
I'd
something
say
that
so. I mean, I think everyone feels that way to an extent, at least.
Yeah, it's something that's like it's universal almost. Like everyone is gonna grow too old and struggle to do things that they.
we say in our 20s? Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, what in the Georgeverse exhibit, what did you have for this story?
I designed like a page from a magazine article that was just a review of their album. And in the story, I think there's a line in it where like he has it framed in like a golden frame. And so I had that hanging up with the gold frame in the gallery.
Mm, very nice. Very nice.
Thank
What
you.
happened to all that stuff, by the way?
It's at my house currently.
So the
Georgeverse
Georgeverse
is
collection.
confined to a tiny bedroom right now.
uh One could say that that is where it started to begin with.
That one could say that, and one would be correct.
Yeah.
We've come full circle.
All right. So, was there anything that you guys think should have changed in this story?
I wish I would have changed like the pacing near the end because it got to a certain point where I was very exhausted, and that's no excuse, but I was tired, and I think that I wish I would have kind of just went through more of the years near the end in depth, I guess.
Mm.
That would be something I would change.
Do you have any plans to actually go through and do any editing on this story?
I think I would like to in the future. No, not anytime soon, but there are things that I would definitely want to change.
All right. What about you, Baylor? What would you change?
I liked it, and I tried to pick something this time, and I really couldn't. I thought because this is something I personally have never tried to write anything. Like the tone was just so serious, and I struggle to make anything that serious. But I really liked it, and I really thought it was good, and it was cool how it was like just all about reflecting like the past and everything, like going through and growing up, going through so much. I liked it a lot.
I think
Thank you.
if I could change anything, I would add more to the beginning with like the younger years and the adolescence
Mhm.
of it,
Yeah.
and kind of that rise to glory while they're still young. So that way, the like reflecting on the past as they're older has a little bit more of an impact. But that's about it.
I loved the last sentence. I thought the ending of it was just perfect. And
Yeah. Well,
tonight, I think I'll be having too much of a good time to want to drink, as he struggles drinking the entire.
that
I thought that
shows
was a
character
great
growth.
ending.
Right? That's his
Yeah, I thought it
little
was. Yeah,
his full circle moment into maturity. All
yeah.
right. Do either of you have any final thoughts?
Nope.
My mind is completely blank. No, I
All
have no
right.
thoughts ever.
Okay. This has been this week's episode of Forwritten Book Club. Join us next week as we look at the next story in the Georgeverse, which is in Berlin. So look out for that, guys.
I don't know if I'll be able to make it. That's a trip.
Ha ha ha.
Ha! I get it now
Uh-huh.
because it's in Berlin.